To Ascent, he is fearsome with the sniper rifles.
No, absolutely is. Well, it looks like we are ready to get this kicked off. And I mean, it feels like we're already in the grand final.
I know.
But only one team can move forward. The other will be going home. Instead, we go ahead and get right into the pistol round. Going to be Paper X first on the attack. A little bit of spam. Going to be found there at market, but door can be broken.
Just giving themselves some options are Paper X for how they want to approach this round. It is going to be Kayak, the sole player directly onto A. You're not too far away as Chronicle on the Cypher. And he's got a lot of util there, kind of back up his teammates.
Bit of an odd setup as well. Does have the clone ready to go from backside. Can that push forward here, potentially out of a smoke. We'll just be sending that, but for now it's going to be Nate out of position. Forsaken able to find first blood here. Chronicle nearby, but wall now being raised. Presence has to be noticed. He tries to break down these segments, but in the meantime, the plan comes through.
Just wants to move that plant so it's opened up on the other side of the wall a little bit for the elbow positioning. If it comes down to that, shock dart there, not going to connect.
Just trying to whittle away this where possible. Worried about a potential peek. There's the paranoia now coming through. Forsaken trying to scale forward. Shots flying. Forsaken finding a second kill. Something Patman layering in behind. His poster now stuck in the corner.
Time to go for your retake, and there is very little other options you have available. It is going to be a shotgun there for Alfier. Kayak with a Sheriff. Couple rifles, a stinger there for Devi. Something just gonna, and Patman just gonna go for the ghosts. It's a bit of a weaker buy here for Paper Rex.
It's forcing up for the Bucky, something that we were seeing a little bit yesterday as well. Alpha going to be feeling confident in his ability, given the sprint, the slide, the relay bolt. Jing now backing away. Silent movements now starting to make a little bit of noises. Oh, Forsaken. He's absolutely spotted out Boaster, who thinks he might just have to jump here. But do they read how many other additional players are here on the site? That is going to be the question. But now they're ignoring him in the smoke, and Kayak strikes. Boaster does get tagged down. Kayak eventually falling. Boaster now swinging out. He's going to be able to find another kill. That's surprising to say the least. The Bucky now still in play. Crashies going to be noted, dealt with. Bucky flying, killing, something dropped. Chronicle finding one, and it's already looking like a potential catastrophe. Here's the swing out of the smoke, and Forsaken
pinned behind the gen, and is going to get the round win. So a little bit of a buy up here for Paper Rex. Outlaw in hand.
In the hands of something, not Devi, who has been bringing the snipers to bear quite a bit recently. 3 players at risk with half armor. As for now, it's going to be the orb funneled over to the Jing. It gets halfway towards the showstopper. From the shadows, online already here for Forsaken, but not necessarily going to be the most impactful ultimate. Obviously does have its applications.
Chronicle would be one of the players that could die to the Outlaw, but he's got a ton of util to try to play off of. Stun out from Alpha.
Dart does not come through. Alpha, however, wins the fight. Jing going to be taken down. The damage going to be suffered there, but now Forsaken trying to keep you forward. Ends up getting caught. Right there into Chronicle's trap. Finds a kill, clear of the trip. In the meantime, Patman trying to open things towards this A side, which has been evacuated by Fnatic.
Poster, though, going to move himself into a position where if Paper Rex makes noise, he's going to be able to hear it. He's going to be able to hear that rotate and call for his forces to move. Going to lose the battle against something, though.
Does he suspect this second player here, Crashies? Just around the corner, something playing this slowly. Looks like he will take the optimal path, rotates back through the spawn, or at least peeking in towards B main. Crashes on the prowl, but so too is Patman. But they clear the corner, something going to be snappy with it. Able to find one, Patman now finding Kayak. And suddenly Paper X are right back into this one. The heal immediately coming through. Patman back up to full HP. So we're going back to double face. Something does get caught. A 2v2 now.
10 seconds left.
Fnatic want to try to push the pace. Spike goes down with just a couple seconds remaining. Removal of the dart, but Chronicle finding a timing as Patman tries to drift over towards the defender's side. Vi now all alone. No util, no wall, no way to cut off these angles. Has to be wary about potential split approach, but as we can see, it's going to be Fnatic now pushing forward out of alley, the slide coming through, the headshot, instantaneous to Vi, looking to try to clutch this out. Chronicle on the opposite side, the most decorated player shall
for Paper Rex, and they get the bonus conversion. So it's going to be a couple stingers, a guardian, a couple sheriffs for Fnatic. Meanwhile, Paper Rex now able to get a little bit of a bankroll going, and Alpha hits a good one, Jing in response.
Instant trade, but Forsaken down. Does have problems of its own here for Paper Rex.
Well, now you got to think You know, maybe Paper X has to lean A side because of that toxic screen, because they lost one of their other smokes. Going in towards B could be pretty challenging. Now it is Paper X, so sometimes they just like to kind of do what you don't think they're going to, try to see if they can catch you off guard. But if they end up going B main, you've got Chronicle tucked in behind that box. And he's got the cam to play off of. Tricky position with that stinger. Is Paper X going to read it? Is there going to be any spam of that box?
Given the change over the position, they're just going to pre-fire him. So the cam actually gives up the jig here. Chronicle just no real chance for recourse. It's Kayak immediately eating some damage, trying to line something up with the Guardian in hand, but cannot. Now it's just a stinger and a Sheriff. Guardian there on the floor.
30 seconds left.
Collects that. So look to try to do some damage.
Planted.
Revealing area.
Economy from Paper X not fully built up yet, given the closest of the previous 2 rounds. Anything that he can find will have impact to the economy.
For sure. Love to do some damage. But being very patient are Paper X. Disciplined.
Walled off on this angle. Now they're pulled back far enough that won't be able to find much of anything there. Boaster spot out one. Wow. Batman dead. Divide still liking his odds here on this angle. Scratchies will fall and Boaster gets.
That's kind of slowing them down. Now we do get that operator going for Fnatic. So they're going to have that powerful weapon in the hands of Alpha. And they're going to be trying to set him up over at B. It looks like Kayak there with him. Spike in Devi's hands as he's looking to angle in that same direction.
Any kill, and they'll have an overdrive as backup, but yeah, not really going to challenge forward into B main. Dart going to go out, something maybe going to jiggle on the corner. Sends out the drone, confirms the op, but Forsaken immediately going to be taken down. The neural theft coming in from Chronicle tells all. Are they going to read the box position this time? Absolutely not. Something can't even get the weapon out fast enough. Jing does manage to find the enemy Yoru. We know that the operator is going to be contained back into B main, but with the wall investment, now you now have to break the door to try to pivot out. The Crashies is lurking, waiting, and killing. Finds 2 quick kills. Boaster's there to capitalize. The timeout call works a treat.
Paper X gonna have to start thinking about how they're gonna deal with this op. Forsaken didn't have enough money for a rifle. This is gonna be that stinger. So those economic problems, even with 4 in a row, starting to rear their ugly head already. And they're leaning a bit towards A, but Alpha's got that op. You gotta figure out where that is first. Can't be dry peeking angles anymore. So you never know when you're just gonna walk into Alpha Air's crosshairs. Drone out, checking for info. Gonna see a little bit, but you don't get any of the trips confirmed. One of them's in a bit of a different spot, right across the front of the site, but it's red. Dealt with. Shock Dart clears. Paper X, though, taking a moment to think about it. Maybe letting Patman do a little bit more exploring. Figure out what else is going on around the map.
Showstopper out. Ping reveal onto one. Spots him. Turns back. Finds the kill on a Chronicle. Jing now removing the dart. The swing in. Crashies instantly there with the headshot. Hunter's Fury not going to be finding too much value. Not any damage. Spam on the Stinger and Forsaken out into the open. Ends up falling to the wayside. Crashies similarly able to find a Vi. Spike is planted. Wall's there, but it's just something needing Patman to really break through. Now striking. But something already dropped. Fight sent. Kayak is eating the damage to slide forward. The shorty drawn out. More damage there onto the enemy Yoru in behind. Patman swooping, trying to find this kill. Playing ring around the Rosie. And Alphier will be able to get it done.
Back towards the spike. He gives the call over to Kayak. I've got this on lockdown. You just stick it. And he is good for it. Stingers, 1 rifle though. Gonna be in Patman's hands. It's a little bit of an odd economic situation that Paper X finds themselves in. They do have a res, they do have a pit.
Op spotted. Wait, wall set up here from Patman. Swings out before he even blooms that, and he's lucky that the shot did not connect. Cam out, Chronicle once again playing back sight. Alphier now rotating around. It's in a position to try to utilize this. Forsaken trying to push forward here, trying to play alongside Jing, but very quickly are going to be dealt with as Alpha finds a kill on the opposite side. Rifle put to use for 1. The cleanup is looking good. Stinger will be able to find a little bit more VAM early.
Here.
As for now, barriers will get ready to drop as we resume into this one. 1 away from tying things up. Crashies with the Hunter's Fury online. 3 ultimates here for the side of Paper X. Vice been holding on to this res as well as Forsaken with it from the shadows, but just haven't gotten to any kind of position where the application of the results is really going to be viable.
And you can see now, making sure, probably got the call during that timeout. Check that box every single round. There's no tripwire there around the corner this time. It's further back on B, as well as the cam.
Scraping forward. Patman on the opposite side with the Guardian, finds the headshot. Slow peeking in. He hits that 10 times out of 10. Forsaken similarly able to find Kayak. That's both duelists now down for Fnatic. Paper X look to maintain and stretch this lead back up by 2. Drone over the top. Poster having to stay tucked. Paranoia flying, but drone not being spotted. Now does see the Omen. Forsaken swoops around the back. Collects a third, crashes to see what damage he can deal. Finds one, Divide on the floor. They try to not face into him one by one. Forsaken's gonna be there.
With those 4 kills. So now still gonna be able to get another op here for Alpha. Could be the last for a bit. We'll have to wait and see, but Paper X trying to create a diversion on the other side of the map, trying to pull some attention. Boombot actually not gonna confirm.
Just a hair off. Seems like Paper X still reading it relatively well, though. Applying some pressure. They don't get any confirmation on the operator. Alfie are immediately going to start pivoting, rotating towards mid. Smoke going up. TP towards CT. Crashes. Okay. Gets enough info to cancel that one. Otherwise, it was about to be a very bad time for Forsaken as drone gets a spot out here on the Chronicle. Showstopper lobbed in. Not going to be able to find the kill, nor any damage. Patman at the same time able to find Crashies. Some damage onto the players trying to exit their way through alley. Chronicle, however, still sat here on the site, now cut off from the rest of the team. Alpier finding one, the peek coming through. Forsaken going to be dropped. Jing re-swings, dodges the off shot off screen, and does manage to come away with a kill.
Spike planted.
Kayak to trade it back. The Patman go ahead and expound on the player advantage, now leaving Boaster to his own devices. See if you can find anything. It's just going to be a stack and will be divided.
Very excited for what they're seeing. It's going to be Divide with that op. You were talking about it earlier. That's often what you're going to see for Paper X on this map.
Immediate just swing forward. Boaster out into the open. Something trying to note the flank. Still going to be that double push up in towards tiles. A site, however, open for the taking at the moment. There's something bringing all the way back around, peeking to try to see if anyone comes through that attacker spawn. But with the kill on the Kayak, they're immediately going to be rerouted. Shots flying, spot onto one. Patman gonna swing, nearly has him lined up, finds the first, cannot find the second. Crashies managing to put him down, but the rest of the team cannot find too much value. Team Ace comes in, 1 casualty. Paper X guarantee a lead at the half.
Again, you love the patience that you see from Paper X now. You know, something makes contact, doesn't try to go for the big play, backs off and baits for Divide's op. That's a really nice call out there. Great communication. That makes that round way more difficult. Now you're going to have op v op. Divide versus Alfier. Not the op battle we expected, but definitely one I'll take. Could be quite fun to see. Now you're going to see Paper X once again just continue to lean towards A. So now Fnatic has to make the call to make it their strong side, to bring that extra player over. Alpha's op going to be mid.
Out into the open, Kayak able to find the one, but cannot escape. Does get taken down. Jing at the same time is just catching him.
Kill my ally.
Stumbling around as Boaster out into the open, ends up falling. Crashies pushing forward. Don't think he's been noted quite just yet, but Patman certainly has caught a glimpse. Finds the first paint shell flying into his face, but Forsaken's bullets get there just a little bit faster. Something at the same time saying, well, I've had enough of this lurking stuff.
Here.
I'll make my presence known. That really stops any real attempt of trying to go for this. And now makes Fnatic wonder, where can we get to safely try to hold on to these weapons? Well, something will not be able to go ahead and engage with the flank, so loses his life, but Paper X are going to get at least 8 now.
That's okay. As something there, you don't mind dying. You make this retake way, way more difficult and probably impossible, as it looks like it's going to be the save for Fnatic. You just bought too much time. But just that one little play, that one little clear of a trip. A great execute as well. Forsaken there, backing up his teammate, getting that kill. Jing immediately swinging around the other angle with those blast packs. Kind of that well-coordinated execute.
He's never going to live that photo down.
Oh boy.
Very easy. Well, his rain right at home here on the map.
Yep, couple rounds there where they stumbled. Still going to be able to keep that op for Alpha. Otherwise, it's Guardians, besides the other rifle that was carried over. Well, Paper X, economy thriving, basically almost maxed by. You have the Dimensional Drift available for Kayak. Crashies has a Hunter's Fury. So some things to consider here for Paper X. Patman's been sitting on the Viper's Pit for quite some time, just haven't really needed to use it, honestly. They've been kind of just, they've just been winning the rounds, frankly, before they even want to put it down. So now they're going to be a little bit more careful. Again, you know, with the way Fnatic kind of had a little bit of an extra stack here, you want to be diligent, still want to figure out where that op is before you challenge it. They've done a good job avoiding it early in the rounds, making it so that that op can only be used for retakes. Makes it a lot more difficult for Alfier to find the impact that he'd like. Change in direction, though. A little too quiet for Paper X's liking, considering how kind of free some of the early parts of the site were previously. He's going to try something a little bit different, setting up for sort of a crunch there.
So, well, Jing immediately with a kill on a Kayak has the showstopper now online. Tripwire will intercept him. Chronicle hanging back. Punches straight from Crash. He's able to find Divide. Patman trying to still go forward with the flank. The Neural Theft going to be invested, but Chronicle traded off the back of that as Poster cannot find the one-tap kill. Like in position to try to go for the plant. Jing just going to be flushed back and spammed down as the shock dart lands at his feet. Second tries to refill the smoke, pushing forward. Falls to the wayside, and Patman is a world away. No real chance whatsoever to defuse to come through. Things get disjointed here in round.
You know, I'm kind of okay with the way Fnatic's been playing so far. I think they've had a couple good reads, but Paper X is just so fearsome on this map. They've got such good understanding of how to play it. They really are well drilled on, you know, who needs to be looking where, when, and why. Here we go. Could be a big congestion here for B main.
Shrugging off those shots. As Crashy's wisely going to be backpedaling. Boombot going forward. Recon clears it out, and for now, B main control firmly in the hands of Paper X. Fnatic wants to try to re-clear this, though, as some wild shots going to be exchanged, and it's going to be Forsaken very much taking the brunt of that. He can reconnect with Divide, can certainly get a heal, but for now we'll be at 48.
That's a good read there from Fnatic on how Forsaken likes to play those smokes, just shutting him down quickly. Jing, the Frenzy, can't find the shots, uses the paint shells to back off. Now Fear as well will disengage. Still though, a restack towards mid now, shifting that three-man focus in this direction.
But it's going to be Spike being brought forward. Drone, go ahead and check around this B site. Big TP forward, Drone getting the spot. Frenzy to clear, and now the rotation's coming through, both from Paper X as well as Fnatic, but Forsaken in a good position. Trying to find the jump, and oh my god! Does he hit a transfer after getting the headshot on the Crashies, but cannot confirm the kill. Ends up getting taken down as Patman similarly lost his life.
30 seconds left.
Decent damage found as Paranoia going across the reface. Poster falling low. Crashy standing tall. Jing now taken down, and something with 7 HP will get caught on a timing.
He's over to the other side of the map. So shout out to Boaster. Nice call. Kind of reading the tendencies of his opponent nicely. Paper X gonna put their four-man stack on the other side of the map this time. Patman, as usual, gonna be called upon to kind of, oh boy.
It's not a one-way. Dropping down, Marshall shot's gonna be coming through. Got the ping reveal, but ultimately they can't continue scaling forward to try to find the jump there on Boaster. Slow exploration of this map as Ghost Shot does ring out. Something just gonna be tucked at Boba. As Paper X continuing to play reactively, needing to rotate here. Try to stack their forces, but once again, Fnatic starting to get the read that the site's going to be a little bit weaker. So they pivot back with a spike.
Yeah, Fnatic leaning into the strengths of their own play style, where they want to be a little bit cautious early, want to see what you're trying to do, try to see if they can catch you making mistakes. Alpha does catch Patman trying to cross through mid with that Marshall. So that's a player down. But Paper X has seemingly read this well enough that they're going to have decent players in the right spot.
I mean, but once again, now the call's coming through. The B side is opened up, so the spike is on the prowl, being shifted back across as Fnatic continue to run the clock down, but this time they don't have any opposition standing in their way.
Kayak closed. Had cleared all the way through towards Boba. So that's going to be an easy pivot there for Fnatic. Again, patience paying off. What does Paper X want to do here?
Planted.
They even try to die to the spike. I imagine it's going to be pretty tricky. Fnatic's already pushed out a bit. Go through market. Maybe you could get there, but Crashy's going to be watching.
Slow creep up. Crashies does have that Vandal. Almost assured to do some damage here as the swings get ready to come through. As Devi has hit a hell of a headshot. Crashies had repositioned, so weapon's just going to be juggled back as Devi finds another one.
Oh boy.
Right to the back of the head. The time getting away from them here is Alpha sprinting around the back, making plenty of noise. Want to try to draw some attention, but
What's another dash?
that would have been high daylight robbery here, but it seems like Paper X are still going to make this quite costly. Go down to the...
Or more, that's what they needed to catch up with at the beginning of the half. Something here, looking for the recon. Smoke to come through, still going to be holding the angle. So far though, Crashy's not letting loose with his util early, opting to hang on to it. Paper X peeking around the map. Patman identified, pinged out. Hard to say, Fnatic's going to want to commit or not. Able to get 4 rifles, just a stinger for Boaster into this round. So this could be pretty scrappy. There was, say, a battle over mid. You almost favor Fnatic with those Vandals. How accurate they can be. Well, Crashy's taking a half damage. Something using that drone. Gonna see Kayak as well. So everybody noted and dealt with.
And look at the readjust there. The final headshot to connect. So already good damage between the kill as well as Chronicle at 56. There's a Patman noting the linger forward. Alpier struck down. Spike now likely stuck inside of B main. And Shell just going to be lobbed in. Jing finds another. There you go. Just picked to pieces. It's going to be a flaw.
So they're feeling good.
Very well set up going into this.
Yeah, not going to give over the bonus. And it's a Bulldog and a Guardian there. That's it other than Sheriffs for Fnatic.
Weaponry-wise, certainly not the greatest position to be in. His spam attempt here through the box does get a good amount of damage on the Kayak. Still not bound though. Patman does eat a little bit in exchange. Finally is going to be fine though. Jing, assuming that he had taken the orb outside of A, 2 charges away from having the showstopper online.
Patman did get a heal from Devi. Still going to lose some of that armor. Here comes that mid presence again, not able to be watched as well. Finally going to catch Alpha. Don't see Chronicle here with the Bulldog though.
It seems like they're still very suspicious about it. Devi watching the angle. Chronicle just going to stay tucked, has the cam to play off of. They say, okay, we don't have to worry about this position any longer. They set up the wall. Taken spotted. Playing around, sticking around for a little bit longer, trying to see if he can get any peeks out. As Recon does get the ping. A couple players got to be noted. Once again, Fnatic shoved back in towards mid.
30 seconds left.
The top of which being watched now by something about the swing and maybe find a timing. It certainly does so, but Chronicle quick to reply, answers one back. It's a spot out here on the Devi as well. Shots flying through. Forsaken trying to hold close. Finds it. Crashy's dead. Devi trying to go on the timing. Gets a little bit more damage across, but cannot find the kills. Kayak with a fantastic headshot as Jing striking, managing to find them all. 16, 8, and 3. Jing, showstopper now online as we go into the next buy round here from Fnatic. No Outlaw on the side of Paper X. It's full half armors here for Fnatic.
See, watching for this tiles crunch that Paper X likes to run sometimes when Jing has a showstopper. Being very diligent about making sure that there wasn't going to be that fast hit from the duelist. Instead, Present's going to be confirmed that somebody's lurking around mid. I kind of assume it's Chronicle with the way they've been playing so far.
This could be a showstopper angle. There you go. Ping reveal, showstopper flies. Well, it's a little bit of a botch, but that's okay. Yep, just check your phone.
That's why you don't text and drive, kids.
Yeah, something has had the kill, so target down all the same. It's in slightly more embarrassing fashion. Those are trying to lurk. Good slide forward, Alfia drawing the attention. It's Forsaken though. Managing to find one more. Boaster's lurk comes up with a kill. But it slide in towards top mid. Patman going to be on the chase. Spike, however, being pivoted. Brought now over towards the B site. Mid-approach, plenty of noise made. Patman waiting for them here in market. Swings in, it's a bit of
30
damage.
seconds left.
Plays around the side, Paranoia connecting.
What?
Back, managing to find him, and he gets the follow-up.
As good as this game plan as it is, as good as your macro has been at times, sometimes Paper Rex is just gonna outplay you in the individual sense. And they're really coming out heavy on the A side out of this timeout. If this is fast from Fnatic, Patman could be in a world of trouble.
Time to jump.
It's kind of defaulting into the corner.
Go, go, go!
Pretty common check spot, so I have to suspect that there might just end up being a relay bolt into there if they decide to commit forward. For now, though, Devi this time does have that outlaw. And immediately Kayak going to be taken down. Fastlane going to be set up. Patman just staying quiet, staying tucked. Has not gone scouted quite just yet. The wall can be toggled at any moment, but Patman decides to just leave it. Strikes. Does get traded out, but Forsaken now arriving. Puts down the enemy Neon. That leaves Boaster and Chronicle both making noise here. Both going to be known on the site. The swing around, the spot out. Chronicle looking for it, but Forsaken getting the better of him. As Classic is thrown out, he's going to try to knife him!
Jinx paint shells there too while he's going for it. Oh man. That's just a nice read from Patman. Great patience. Hold the phone.
And Fnatic never letting any credence to that is, there you go, Kayak. No route to escape set up. The retap, but Alpha still collecting too. Gonna have to see that one back.
Spike down A.
Real theft invested. Devi just still skirting around the box. Takes down Crashies. And he just doesn't give a damn that he's been spotted out. He doesn't care about your ultimates. Now has the res. Puts him back in with the player advantage. Zalfir just 12 HP. Chronicle playing forward at Boba. Spike being planted on B.
Gonna try to swing out is Forsaken. Alpha matching. Chronicle gonna be tasked with the 1v2 on the other side potentially.
Spots him. Knows that he basically just has to run away.
They found
Been
my
trying to
wire.
play a hard angle with that Vandal to go for the one tap. Still risky.
Here, they found my wire.
Door shut. Swing coming through. Alpha. There you go. Finds a shot. Chronicle gets the other. All falls down to Forsaken. No smoke. Wants to try to play forward here. As there's the slide. Finds the first. And
The dynamic duo for Fnatic come up big when they're needed. It's 7-5 or 7-12. 5 more to go.
Butch coming in off the back of the Paranoia. Now Hunter's Fury out. Devi able to avoid the first, avoids the second. Now is going to be saved. Re-swings, fights, Kayak, falls. Boosts his corpse into the skies. The wall goes up, locking off access to A. Try to go through alley, but there's no further scaling, and now he's up on top of this one. The peak about to come through. Zul, he's just dodging out damn near everything. Takes a bit of chip damage there, but heal will put him back to full.
Devi's in a tricky spot. He has no idea if anybody's in elbow yet. Has to re-clear that. That's actually the direction that Boaster seemingly wants to be diligent of as well. Just looking to see if, Devi's tendencies there to be aggressive at the beginning of the round. We're going to continue. Pings are coming down. All of Crashy's util still available here. And you can see Chronicles held on to a lot of his util as well. So they're going to have some good post plan if they can get there. A lot of pressure on Devi here.
Something the next nearest player. One-way cycled.
30 seconds left.
Main cut off. Chronicle able to find the kill there onto the Sova. Looks like he's just trying to go for a push timing there. Is Devi now trying to hold his own. Once again, good damage going to be found, but now Forsaken and Patman to try to see if they can bring this map to a conclusion. Boaster didn't suffer too much damage off the back of the teleport. Cage up over the top.
Shadows traveling.
Still a Paranoia in hand here. Ready to be sent. Flies across. Gets the connection. Boaster on the jump.
Ready.
Sniped out. The hold of the defuse immediately starting to come through. Gets it up to half. Retaps it. Swings around the back. Looks for the first. Crashy's still standing. 7 bullets remaining. The swamp. The Classic can't get it out in time. Fist bumps exchange, and it seemed like they have maybe something up their sleeve to try to end this right here, right now. Hit's still available. May just be the investment here on B off the rip.
I want to see you.
There's a Devi, much other than a sheriff.
Boaster still has that op. Something to be cognizant of course, is Paper Rex. They're trying to, other than in mid, themselves pretty well hidden. Something was trying to ego peek there with the Guardian a bit. No response really from Fnatic. They're also looking for that trick play you were talking about, that fast hit that you know that Paper Rex can dial up on this defender's side. So now I feel comfortable enough that there was no trap to be sprung, so
Next.
time to begin their way forward. Dimensional drift this time for Kayak, sees a couple.
Widely going to be dodged, but that does push Jing forward. Alfier perfectly poised, in position. Finds the opening kill. Relay bolt connecting, no further scaling up top mid though. Saken can shrug that off as the pivot. Being ready to come through towards this A site. Just the Omen all alone now. Try to slow the tide, slow the approach. Operator here on the corner. Shot on the one. Forsaken immediately taking down Alfier as he goes for the sprint. Paranoia going to be sent across, but Crashy's able to find a glimpse there. Moments before the blind would have connected. Something now going to be noted. Kayak watching, Defy falling. As he will sweep them under the rug. Now just on Patman in a 1v3.
Feels like this should be borderline undoable here for Patman. No way he's going to be able to get into his ult, you would think. Fnatic, though, retreating, so is Patman. Doesn't like what he sees. Saw it, just looking to see if he could get that one kill and maybe try to make a go of it off the back of that, but didn't come through. Just going to have to wait this out. Great, again, macro here from Fnatic is what is winning them these rounds. You have the Dimensional Drift, a huge tool to set up Alpha for that first kill. Taking that mid control, works a treat. And then they also got the info. Okay, we know Patman's over there. We feel like there's a lot of pressure over on that B side.
Coming through. Alex wanting to close it with that final timeout call. Fnatic still hold on to one of their own. As Forsaken had a ping reveal onto one player. The peak coming through. Finds a shot. Alpha quickly able to trade it back. Omenless here for the rest of the round are Paper Rex. The pit knocking off A site though.
Yeah, interesting. You go for the pit on the eco.
I'm out of here.
Alpha thought about it for a second, but wisely decides to run away. But this is going to open up an extra gun here off of Chronicle's body for something. So it's a little bit more firepower. So the spike plant should come through eventually once the page shells wears off.
Delays for a bit. Boaster taken down.
Deploying.
Drone now at the ready. Basically full util as Jing up over the top. Ends up getting flashed, sends out a blast pack in desperation, but Kayak with the shorty will be able to collect the kill. Devi in main, dead. Kayak finds him with the op. The peak getting ready to come through. Patman about to be at risk. Dodges it, strafes across, gets himself a little bit closer. Ping reveal, re-peeks at Kayak, finds the shot. Something on for the first. The 1v3. Crashes in the corner, tagged up low. The peak coming through and Crashes hold.
You can see that one was on a knife's edge for Fnatic. Operator in hand again for Devi. It's Paper Rex going for the big investment, trying to close out the map.
Quick clear of the cam in mid. Forsaken wanting to try to set up for this op peak out of market. Looks like widely Fnatic not looking to play around midsection of this map.
But they're leaving the spike down. Again, trying to set up for a pick.
I have the spike.
Paper Rex not offering the opportunity. Patman pretty far tucked back.
Careful.
Now they do grab it though. Seeming like, okay, we haven't seen anybody here. Nobody at elbow, nobody at the box around the corner. So this is probably the weaker side of the map right now.
Let's go deep enough to spot out Patman, who's going to look to challenge. Finds the headshot. Alfier going to be taken down. Forsaken finding Chronicle here in mid.
Toxin screen down.
Paranoia sent out from Boaster, but can't really scale up the back of that as there's the fake out. Peek in from Kayak with the op. Managing to clear, tries to flick up to find Forsaken. Can't make it happen. Something taken down. Things starting to crumble now. Paper Rex losing their advantages. Jing desperately trying to find it. Now they've lined up. And that leaves just Boaster remaining. Tap for the plant. The swing coming through. Paint shell sent to one side. The peek out, the flick not connecting. Some damage dealt. Divide down low. Teleport back, but the time is not there. He cannot pivot. He has to finish this here on this site. Tries to line them up himself, but cannot. Divide will finally go ahead and put the final nail in the coffin as Sunset goes the way of Paper X 13-10.
A hell of a start here for the first match.